6. Fighting ground. Practice. Training. Training room.
Survivalist, heroic as a tigerist. Earn my stripes 'cause we all do or die with this. Journey starting young, super hard.
付き合ってやる。
A new challenger.
Ho ho, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Mission round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. And player 1 with the life lead. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Opts for the throw. Takes a trip. From up above. Grabs them. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely. And a super activation. Gets them. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Overdrive art. Sonic boom. Blocks the low heavy. Gets the jump in. Checks with a medium. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Uses a long range attack there to zone them perfectly. Drafting it up, springs forward with a drive rush. Closes the distance. Player 2 needs to use the drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. Looks like they both were experiencing burnout. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous all the throw connects. Getting it all on the drive rush. Amazing. Stun. They gotta get it flatline zone. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Trips him up. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. All right, what's coming up next? Takes the chance to hurt him. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Life lead opens up. They couldn't shake the projectile. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. From upstairs. Connect with medium kick. Sure you can. Player 2 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins as this springs forward with the drive rush. Sneaks in above. Both fighters planning something? Burnout activates. Blocks the low kick. The low block. What'll happen here? Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Somehow manages to block the jump-in. Hanging on for dear life. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The first round begins. No aerial Tatsu. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Raise on the pressure with the projectile. All right. Player 2 chases them down. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game. Perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Burns the drive gauge. Player 1 was completely shut out in that last round. They really need to think about whether to press on with their current game plan or change up their playstyle a bit. What'll happen here? Medium kick. Jumps up. Drive rush to keep it going. Going in. Breaks the block with a throw. Looking for it. Can this drive bring them back? Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Zones with the fireball. Clutch anti-air. Shows the low kick hits. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Closing moments of the match. One hit but throws them. What's next? Dangerous range here. Uses their drive game. They don't have any leeway to make a mistake. Someone is willing to risk it for the overdrive. Player 1 turns out, closes it out. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with a projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent, throwing on even more pressure with the fireball. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some heats it up with a combo into super. Knockdown. Player 2 must be feeling good after that super, but they gotta keep on the gas. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? The jump in catches them. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 will have to fight back here without any drive. A gutsy fireball gives them the round. Player 1 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up? Are we going to see some fireworks here? Player 1 chases them down. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump there. Extra spicy Shoryu connects. The low heavy's blocked. Crowns them from above. Grilling time. That's the Yoga Inferno Rip. Both fighters planning something? Yoga fire to turn up the heat. Looking for a hook, drops in with a Tatsu. Player anti-air in the clutch. Neither fighter is showing any signs of flatline zone. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Opens with a jump kick, the low kick hits. Connects with the throw. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Keeps him out. Hits the drive. In with the crossover. Denied. Keeps cool and knocks him out. Low heavy. The low. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Can this drive bring them back? Are they going to be able to come back and set up with the jump in? Closes it out. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that runback. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Big counter. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. A clutch drive move here can close out this round for either fighter. Gets the jump in. Grilling time! KO! Player 2 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up? This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Denied the low heavy. Drive gauge gap here. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. Breaks the block with a throw. A quick breather. Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? Steals back a chance. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Attempts to burnout activates. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Barely blocks the jump in. From upstairs. Wow, that's some big time damage there. Player 2 drops them to half, closing the gap. Their spacing is so on point right now. Boost hits the drive! Jumps in! Yoga Fire! Oh, could be the start of something. Oh, the throw connects! Oh, Benson on the fireball! Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. Deftly shuts off the jumping. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Player 2 with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Will they build meter or just go all in on each other? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Staves off the cross-up. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Nails the anti-air. Takes a trip. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Quick dash it. Player 1 got completely shut out that round. Can they make a comeback? Jumps in. Scrapping it out up close. Not close enough for the throw. Jumps. Genius read. Jeez, how can they read each other so well? Barely blocks the jump in. Blocks it. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? Manages to block the jump in attack. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player 2 is barely hanging in there, but KO! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Hits the drive. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? That's a counter. Player 1 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Super to show them what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Spend it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Hits the flatline zone. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
A new challenger.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Deftly shuts out the jumper. Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Lots of aggression from both sides. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. All that effort for so little payoff. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. I'd like to see them use this drive disparity to shift the tide of the fight to their side. Blocks the low heavy. Grabs them, takes a trip, experiencing burnout. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Bending that drive gauge. Are we going to see some fireworks? Player 1 was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. Medium kick. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. That's a counter. Sure you can? The low heavy's blocked. It's a good spot to use the super. Oh wow, look at the damage that did. Fantastic work with that combo. Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up. Player 2 has the deck stacked against them. Can they squeeze out a win here? You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Jumps in. Anti-air in the clutch. Puts the packages out the cage right there. Shreds them with a critical. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? That amazing, never say die attitude got them the win. Player 2 comes away with the win. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Goes for the throw. Trips him up. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 1 chases them down. Takes a trip. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive range. Strings experiencing burnout. Going in. Player 1 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Goes for a big low attack to pick up the win this round. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Checks them with a projectile. Nails the anti-air. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. Still scrapping for control of the space. Jumps in. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? Both fighters planning something? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Sets up with the jump in. Low heavy. The low kick hits. Reads the throw and escapes. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Who's gonna take it? This may turn into a big chance. Adds a bit of OD spice there. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Did this drive bring them back? Can either of these fighters finish the round with an almost empty drive gauge? Dangerous range burn, a fireball at that range? Player 2 survived that tense mirror match.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Throw hits. Now the fun begins. Opts for the throw. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Big counter. Making stop. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Heading into the end game, experiencing burnout. Sure you can? What'll happen here? Projectile to KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Ties in with a fist that keeps the pressure on. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. A quick breather. Jumps. manages to block the jump and hits him with a stop and block. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to in there. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
The last round. It's now or never. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. Look at the damage. There's a drive impact. Player 2 with the rhythm owning that space. Over in a flash. Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. We're here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Combo with the target combo. Opts for the throw. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. All right, what's coming up next? Holds out with the block. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. The drive impact with Getsu. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight!
Brushes that off and keeps going. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Looking for a chance. Drive gauge gap here. Going in. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation. Ah, burnout activates. Were they baiting them into that? Look up to the pitch, a good spot to use the super. The super hits, and this looks like it's gonna kill. Taking no prisoners. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win.
Here comes a new challenger.
This is a mirror match, which means it's not just about the win, but about your pride as a player too. This is a must-win fight. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checks with the projectile. The low kick is blocked. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Lots of aggression from both sides. The low kick connects. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Sticks the combo. Fireball from very long range. What's next here? The fight continues in the middle of the stage. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Quick dashes. Player 2, Shifu Jinrai doing the business. They may need to spend some meter here in order to close out this round. They're stunned. All they need to KO. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Projectile to try and change the situation. Player 1 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Out of range, relatively safe. Player 2 needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Player 2 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. Both fighters planning something? Dashes! Barely blocks the jump in. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent, experiencing burnout. Player 1 has an empty drive lead. This is a very precarious situation. Big opportunity now in this corner. Knockdown and burnout activates. Looking for a chance. Can they create an opportunity for crowns them from above? Gets the quick dash short. Player 2 can use drives and back misses. Oh, here we go. Who's gonna take it? Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to center. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. That was the highest I've ever seen. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Shows off a parry. Anybody with at that range. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on Fish. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side kick. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes. Putting the cherry on top. Dashes out of the Shinfu Jinrai. Okay, here we go. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Impressive front willing to risk it for the overdrive. In with the cross. Connects with the throw. Sets up with the jump in. A real test of nerves here. Both apps. This is gonna hurt. Answers with a fireball. Jinrai, are you kidding me? Player 1 survived that tense mirror match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that rundown. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Tries to bait him with the projectile. What are they thinking here? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Will they build meter or just go all in on each other? Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. Combo with the target combo. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Big counter. Takes a trip. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Opts to create space to start. They've piled up their knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Was looking for that jump attack. Still very early in the round. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side kick. They were right to be on guard there. They just won't stop switching sides. Steals back a chance. Both fighters have a full super meter. The low! Player 2, the low's blocked! Cross up attack. Player 1 needs the... Oh my god, they just choked it up! Ooh, what a smart blow! Are we gonna see it read the jump in perfectly? Wraps it up with a throw! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. They are letting it fly from the get-go! Dashes forward. Close range projectile. Both fighters are standing firm with plenty of health remaining. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this back wide open. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Throws them. Player 1 is in a very good spot. Amazing. Closes it out. Player 1 survived that tense mirror match.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. The throw hits, now the fun begins. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Lots of aggression from both sides. Quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Did well to get the buff in there. Well-timed corner switch. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. With the throw. Pops him with a shoryu. Oh, with the... Oh! Nice drive impact. Sends them connecting to Heaven's Wi-Fi. Good sense to let it rip. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Impacts are no-go. You can block impacts, but you're going to lose some drive gauge when you do. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Shows the medium kick. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Good distance for a shot. Connects with medium kick. Barely blocks the jump in. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Drive gauge gap here. Connects with the throw. Knockdown and... Are we gonna see a come low heavy? The throw missed. Turns out in there. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. That's a counter. Extra spicy shoryu connects. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. The low heavy hits. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. All right, what's coming up next? Gets the jump in. Takes a trip. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Knockdown. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Experiencing burnout. Player one is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. This is the ideal get-some. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Medium kick hits. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? All right, what's coming up next? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Jumps in. Hits them with a stopping block. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Oh, is this it? Or are they still in this? Couldn't finish them off. Can they still take a round? Are we gonna see a comeback here? Turns out. No! Critical art now? Backed into the corner. What a finish! Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Goes for the low kick. No good up high. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. Player one needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. If they can't escape this rock-solid corner pressure, this round is over. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart driving. Ends the round with a punish counter. living in the opponent's head rent-free right now. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player 2 chases them down. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Heavy punch sends them flying. Blocks the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Player brushes that off and keeps going. Were they baiting them into that? King right kick for a mix. Tops off the tank and scores the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight!
It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Hits up the counter. The low. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Nothing stops this train. Screw pile driver. There's no escape. Yes, sir. More damage, please. Both sides getting ready. Down on life. They gotta make a move. Wow, Saturn waited for this opening. Punish counter on reaction. With that, smashes out the cage right there. Shreds them with a critical. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. Are they going to be able to use their drive gauge? What a clutch low heavy. Player 2 can't let this simmer. How did they anticipate that jump in? Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player 1 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. What's the play here? Player 1 in that dangerous burnout stage. They need to hold out. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. On dangerous territory. Easy to get tagged at this range. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Player 2 chases them down. Alright, what's coming up next? There's a wall splash. They can get some. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight!
Jumps in. Who's going to start things off? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Combo with the target combo. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Jumps? What's the next move? Jeez, how can they read each other so well? Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drives or play it safe and conservative. Uses the target combo as a filler. Both fighters planning in there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight!
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The super doesn't hit. The last round. It's now or never. Connect with medium kick. Both fighters look to set things up as they continue looking to plan them with a pile driver. What'll happen here? Checks with a medium kick. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 connects with the throw. Oh, will this super art do anything? Throws them. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Quick, stun! Bad news is on the way. What? The throw connects. What's next? Low heavy. Adds a bit of OD spice there. Good decision with that throw. Player 1 is in a very good... Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? The drive gauge is screaming for more attack, breaking them shins with the low heavy. They didn't check the throw! Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage! It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
Oh, Russian handshake.
Solid anti-air. They just said, get that jumping out of here. Player one has a slight life lead that they may sit on. Can they exploit this advantage? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Combo with the target combo. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly.
Round two.
Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Box him with a target combo. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Throws them to negate the block. That will do some good damage. Hits them with a stopping block. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Are we gonna see a comeback? Shoot their shot! Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their white bar, but also their nerves. Both of them back off. Aim it low, heavy, but no go. The drive gauge is screaming for more attention. They're gonna have to grind out this win with no crutch. Lots of distance here. Who's baiting who? Looking for a hole. There's the burnout. Closes it out. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Opts for the throw. Was well in range to score the throw. Still slugging it out here. Starts off going with fireballs. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Knockdown. Player one can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Experiencing burnout, opts for the throw to close it out. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Misses the grab. Player two will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. They break things off. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Knockdown and big throws. That throw will do some good damage. Zones with the fire. This unleashes some big damage. This is a critical moment. Will this be enough to kill? What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Open with a fireball. Chops them hard. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on Thick. Player two can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. All in with a rush. Knocks off the tank and scores the win. 2 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Zones with the fireball. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump-in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Decides to go in with the target combo. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? The jump-in is denied. Knockdown. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive lead. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Grabs them, takes, springs forward with the drive rush. Good heads-up decision, opting for the drive attack. In there! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. They're still feeling each other out. Super Art on deck for both fighters. Hits them with a stop and bop. Barely blocks the jump in. Going in, looking for a chance. Blocks it. Throws a fireball. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Full SA drive rush to keep it going. Quick breather. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Were they baiting them into that? Uses the gauge for a super art. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. All that effort for so little payoff. All right, what's coming up next? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Takes a trip, and that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes to the overdrive. Jumps. Throws them to negate the block. Gets the jump in. Extra spicy Shoryu connects. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Goes for the fireball, which bears the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Flies in with a fist in there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Going for the leg with the Procella. Uses the target combo as a filler. In with the crossway. Excellent jump in. Plenty of health, full gauges. Let's go. Cross that off. Super Art to show them what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Player 2 is mounting a comeback. What else is up their sleeve? Okay, here we go. There's a burnout. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Both sides getting ready. What are they gonna do? What's next?
What time to make them famous? Oh, it's enough!
Player 2
Has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that rundown. Jump. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Neither of them willing to back off here. The low kick connects. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a trip. Reads them. Sticks the jump in. Holds out with the block. The jump in is denied. All right, what's coming up next? Combo with the target combo. Will this super art connect? Which one of these fighters has what it takes to close out this round? Flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. Player 2 wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Drive time. Balance from above. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're waiting for the opportunity to bust this match wide open. Jump. Side switch in the corner. What'll happen here? Good job escaping that dangerous corner. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Oh, is this it? Or are they still in this? Both fighters gotta roll up those sleeves and think of something. Black finishes it with the anti-air. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Jumps. Close range. Sees him coming and shrugs it off with a super arm. Player 2 connects with the throw. Player nothing stops this train. Oh, here we go. Ooh, what a smart throw. This is the gigantic life lead. Player 2 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. One uses their drive gauge. Breaks through with the throw. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that push. Jumps. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Throwing on even more pressure with the fireballs. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. All right, what's coming up next? With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Knockdown. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Flies in with a fist to keep the pressure on. Combo with the target combo. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Pops him with a shorty. Still slugging it out at this range. Smart play with the throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Sees him coming and shrugs it off with a super arm. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Oh, here we go. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Oh, the throw connects. Amazing. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Looking to follow up after that target. Will this super art do anything? Gets the counter hit and the win. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. And they've gone for the same character. Neither side's gonna want to lose this one.
やるか手加減は期待しないでくれ
Round one.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Timely side switch there, which will let them go on the attack. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Big, low, reaching heavy. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. The jump-in is denied. Ooh, snap kick sends him spinning. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers to turn this around in their favor. Checks with a medium kick. Dashes up. They were right to be on guard there. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Bending that drive gauge. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. Jumps. Grabs him. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Grabs and throws him away. Both fighters planning something? Blocks it. Barely blocks the jump-in. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. That combo did decent damage. Drive gauge gap here. Medium kick. The Jinrai, the low. A jump. Dash, just what they were after. Player 1 showed they are truly the best of the best. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Big, low, reaching heavy. The impact gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. No good up high. Goes for the low kick. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. The combo's there. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player 1 blazing through that drive gauge to try and set the pace. Taking stock. Drive lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Knockdown. Player 1 can't use any more drive without burning out. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Checks with a medium. Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Throws them. What's next? Both fighters planning something? Hits them with a stop and block. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Can they create an opportunity for them experiencing burnout? KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Fight round. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Blocks across a good read. Blocks it well. Both fighters look solid anti-air. Perfect execution with the anti-air. They just said, get that jump in out of here. The Jinrai, the low block. Ooh, you never know. Reads the jump in perfectly. Uses their drive gauge. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Escape the corner? Low heavy, but no go! Sticks out a kick. Connects with the throw. Amazing! With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Oh, the throw connects. A real test of nerves here. Oh, here we go. Player 2, low heavy. In with the cross.
No hesitation or regret. Hits him with that NSF double. Ooh, sends him a personalized telegram with that frightening critical. Can they muster up the nerves to fight back?
Where are you going? You can't escape. Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Blocks it. Checks him with the projectile. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. The low is denied. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. The low kick is blocked. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Player 2 chases them down. Gets the jump in. Life lead opens up. Next hit, they saw the chip KO on the table. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Throws him. What's next? Jumps? Blocks the impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Player 2 has a slight life lead. Knockout and... Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Ooh, what a smart throw. Going in. Big drive down.
Catches out the cage right there. Carried to the corner. This may be bad news.
Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? Closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
A jump in? Low heavy. Scrapping it out. Up hits the drive. Blocks the low kick. A quick breather. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up.
Jinrai, nothing stops this train.
Looking to follow up after that target combo. What now? What are they gonna do? Gets the perfect fireball. Medium kick into. Oh, here we go. Catches them out. Low heavy. What's next? Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 1 can't let this. A real adds a bit of OD spice. Both sides getting ready. Gets the corner switch. It might be some time for payback. Dangerous range here. Sticks out a kick. Flatlines them. Player 2 survived that tense mirror match.
A new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
仕方ないな。やるか。来たか。スタート。
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. tries to throw but doesn't connect. Air throw. Had their eye on the sky. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Perfect air-to-air. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense and the throw ends the round. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Smart play to stop the opponent. Player 1 had an impressive round while managing their drive zone. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Knockdown and closes the gap. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Pops him with a shoulder you. What's the next move? Sonic boom. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. What'll happen here? Gotta be careful, the projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Burns the drive gauge. Throws him. What's next? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Rolls out the Soba. Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Jumps in. Big throws. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Hits them with a stop and pop. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Checks him with the boom. What's the next move? Yo, put that away. Close range projectile. KO. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Throws them. Player 1 is in the throw is denied. The low. Okay, here we go. Oh man, low heavy. Smart stuff, poking out that range to zone the opponent. Plenty of help, uses their drive game. Sets up with the jump in. Gets the quick dash short of you. Knockdown. Here comes the victim. Ooh, the drive impact hits for a punish. A real tep trips them with a critical arm. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. Blocks the low kick. Player 2, the throw is denied. No one could have called that. Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Reverse spin kick? Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 with the life lead. There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Reacts to the throw. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Takes the chance to hurt him. Goes for a projectile to try and chase Getsu. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Gets the jump in. Extra spicy Shoryu connects. Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? Gets out of the corner. Blocks the impact. Player 1 has a slight life lead. Big throws.
Knockdown and player one will look to apply System with a stop and pop. This is gonna be bad news. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. The low heavy's blocked. Low heavy. This can lead to some big damage. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Sits him down with a super. Now that's how you take a round.
There it is. They knew it'd be enough.
Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Combo drop.